Okay, welcome back. I want to get back to this breaking news out of Japan. This is where we believe the impact took place. Here's the island of Honshu, where you find the capital city of Tokyo. Off the coast of Sendai is where we believe the impact took place. And then you get the tsunami wave that developed and rolled over this northeastern city of Sendai. In that town of Sendai at the moment, Japanese police are reporting up to 300 bodies were found on the coast after the tsunami in Sendai, and also down here in Tokyo. We mentioned this right before the break. It appears that Tokyo may have gotten a bit of a break here with all the construction that they get ready for earthquakes of this size, that the large hotels in that town are reporting little or no construction damage. It's a much different story in Sendai. A lot of the videotape we've been rolling throughout the morning, when you see that water come across that farmland, that is, we believe, the town of Sendai, where you see boats and homes and so much debris literally washing to the side. Now we await the word on what happens here to the U.S. Bill Leith is with me now. He's a seismologist with the U.S. Geological Survey. And Bill, good morning to you. We are watching Hawaii, watching the west coast of the U.S. Your reaction to what has been an absolutely horrific scene so far?
Oh, I agree with you completely. Horrific, and no doubt this is going to be historic. This is, as you reported, the largest earthquake in modern history in Japan. It's one of the 5 largest earthquakes to have occurred in modern history. And it's obviously produced a very large tsunami on the coast of Japan, and that we're finding out the impacts of across the Pacific now.
Bill, you do this for a living. Have
yes.
you ever seen images like these?
Well, yes. In fact, in 2004, the great earthquake in the Sumatra Andamans, the Indonesia region that killed so many thousands or tens of hundreds of thousands of people, that was an earthquake actually even larger than this one. Produced a tsunami that propagated all the way across the Indian Ocean. There were similar scenes in Thailand and Sumatra to the ones that we're seeing this morning in Japan.
But to see it captured on tape like this, I think is something the world is just being introduced to. The fury of Mother Nature and the power of Mother Nature, Bill.
Yes, it's quite remarkable.
We are waiting for more word as to what happens in Hawaii, what happens on the west coast of the U.S., up in Canada, down through Mexico into South America. What is your expectation?
It's very difficult to predict. And the reason is that the local effect of a tsunami all the way across the ocean is dependent on the configuration of the land underground. So as you know, above ground we have rivers and we have mountains, and the same situation is present underground. We call that bathymetry, and that bathymetry causes a focusing or defocusing of the wave. So the wave can have locally sometimes a very large amplitude just because of a focusing effect on a coastline, or it can not amount to much. It can amount to essentially being a very strong tide. I do want to mention that these strong tides can have very significant effects. We've seen that, for example, in Crescent City. I understand that Crescent City, California, has been evacuated.
In the northern part of that state, yeah.
That's right.
Bill, thank you. You're a terrific guest. The computer's about to cut us off. I appreciate your insight. We will be back in touch with you. Your last point is very